Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars. On hot7025fm.com.
E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by Carice, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
Radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com. It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Hey, it's Carice, and I'm here to tell you about Hotcast for Podcasting. We are a podcasting studio located in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Hot 702.5 FM studios. You can book online at hot7025fm.com. Just click on Hotcast. You can book and find your times right there. Thank you for booking with Hotcast for Podcasting.
Yeah, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Big Shug, host of the Undrafted All-Star Sports Show. Man, listen, if you want some real down south, Louisiana-style Cajun food, you need to go check out DB's Cajun Kitchen. Yo, they got lobster and grits, seafood boils, signature fries, signature po' boys, signature egg rolls, and desserts. Oh, and my favorite, them gumbo tacos. Yo, they open from 11 to 8, Wednesday to Monday, 7 to 5:30 on Sunday. Located in North Las Vegas at 4343 North Rancho Drive. They even have to-go orders and catering. Hit them up, 725-780-1850, or go to the website, dbcajunkitchen.com. So, yo, don't just tell your friends about me. Tell them about DB's Cajun Kitchen.
To roll up, tell me what's the hold up. So get it. Let's talk about this now. I'll make it real loud. Hated problems, trust has fallen, got those
have the microphone on. What's up, everybody? Yes. It is me, your girl, Miss Connie. Once again, it's another Wednesday. And I'm off track. I had a long day today, though. Y'all got to give me a break. Like, give me a break, please. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's your girl, Miss Connie. It's Levels of Intimacy, the naked truth. Yes, it is winter time here in Las Vegas. It is another wig off Wednesday. But as you can see, I am boom, rocking my cowboy Christmas hat. Welcome to town, cowboy Christmas. Y'all see these cowboys all over the doggone city. Bring it in. They bringing all this great leather into the city. But guess what? I'm bringing you better information. So I'm suggesting that you go and grab you a cup of tea or whatever your beverage is of choice and come and have a seat because we're getting ready to have a real conversation. You understand me? This is about to be a really, really great show. I'm excited to have my guest on this platform with me today. She has done another show with me. This is how we met, actually. And our conversation was just so interesting. I wanted to make sure I had her on my show so that I could introduce her to all of you. Yes, all of my Facebookers, all of my Instagram, Twitch, Rumble. I mean, no, not Rumble, YouTube, right? Hot 702.5 FM listeners and watchers. We do appreciate you so very much. Definitely tapping in here to Hot 702.5 FM. Yeah, today has been a very, very long day. Y'all see me though with my hat on. Okay, I'm over here looking like what's that movie? Superfly. I just watched that the other day. Superfly with the young boy from the little show, the little spinoff like the Cosbys. But that's a whole nother subject. I done went off beat because guess what? I've had my Starbucks coffee cup all day, and that's been the beverage of choice here. And I added a little bit of salted caramel. So this show's gonna be really, really interesting because I've been on water, but it's getting cold outside, so you always have to warm your blood up a little bit. Nothing like a little bit of flavored whiskey to get the blood warm, or tea, whatever your choice is. But whatever you're doing, I just want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Okay? I definitely, before my show starts out, I want to give homage. I want to definitely say rest in beautiful peace to my client here, Janine Henderson. Today is her funeral. Well, was her funeral. And I had the pleasure of working on her and presenting her to her family for her services today. So that's kind of like why I got the hat on, and I can't take the hat off because I have hat hair now because the hair is crooked. But anyway, beautiful young woman, 47 years old. She passed away. So let's give her a moment of silence. We love you, Janine. We're going to miss you. Miss Jen, so sweet. We definitely going to miss you. But shout out to the friend. You know, Vegas is a very transient place. So it's nothing like meeting special people. And right now, I want to welcome my guest in here into my home here at Hot 702.5. So let's have her come on into the building. Miss T. Cherie. I'm getting ready to bring her on camera. Give her 1 second, guys, to get herself together there. But, you know, what I'm saying is that Vegas is such a transient place that most people move here by themselves. So you have to create a community. You have to create an in case of emergency friend, you know, and some of those relationships outweigh any level of blood that you may have. And that's just not to diminish who you are to a person, but definitely just understand that blood sometimes and water kind of have the same weight, especially if you drink liquor. Because I think your blood is a little bit thinner if you drink liquor. Correct. But off to the nonsense. I want to invite you all to look at this pretty face that I'm sitting here staring at. My girl, Miss T. Cherie. We are family now. It is official.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Welcome
so
to the
happy
show.
To be here.
I'm so excited to
and
have you.
I just want to say, blessings to the young lady that you mentioned.
Yes.
We are losing people left and right, and just really grab hold of your loved ones and your friends. Beautiful, beautiful young lady.
I know.
So,
47.
ladies, let's start sticking together a little bit more too. Like, don't take each other for granted. And I'm really, really, really am honored to be here sharing your platform with you.
Thank you.
Another boss lady that is doing wonders in the city and very known and very loved.
Oh, thank you. That's what I say. I'm a good person. If you don't like me, I had to check you. Like, cause I'm not even out here. I'm such a happy drunk. No, I'm just like, I'm love and light. If you don't like me, I don't care.
Yes.
So, and that keeps you in the healing energy, but let me not go there anyway. But yes, guys, I met T. Cherie on Bad Bees Drink Water.
Yes.
And we did 2-3 shows together?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
we're still doing shows.
And we still getting likes too on there. I was like, yo, people still liking these little comments, and it's so funny for me to watch and listen to myself, but definitely to be amongst just different genres and age groups. Like, one thing I did appreciate from that is that don't put yourself in a box. Like, I'm not ready to go to Shady Pines. I don't want to be there all day. Mm-hmm. Maybe just for a little while, but at some point I got to come outside.
Yep.
I got to come outside and play with some people, not so much sometimes, not so much sometimes, but I do want to come outside and play a little bit. But meeting you on that platform and then engaging in that the levels of conversations that we were having, and then to go deeper and for me to touch you and feel that level of intimacy. That's levels of intimacy.
It is.
And I'm like, wow, we gotta really be careful how we say things and where we say things, because we don't know backstories, struggles, trials and tribulations. So what brought us here today to this show was having that conversation about surgery and going over and how men have this aggressive opinion about women who get surgery.
And some women.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm all about enhancement, but I just say at some point have a level of discipline before you go do something drastic. It's like, oh, I want to lose weight. Well, stop eating so much. Like, I see myself getting big and I'm like, Connie, why you got to eat 2 honey buns every day?
They be good though.
But wait, before you start tea, let me tell you something. It is a shortage of honey buns. My friend was like, you're so ridiculous. Oh my God. And I was like, no, seriously, I go to this place every day to get honey buns. Mm-hmm. They do not have the honey buns. It is a shortage.
You got them all.
She was getting her hair done. She looked it up. She said, oh my God. Oh my God. Because she's a coconut. She was like, oh my God, this is literally a story. And I was like, what? She was like, there is a shortage of honey buns. I said, God, this is why I cannot say.
I knew something was up.
Right. I said, every time, I said, God, no, he had to diminish the bees. There is a shortage of bees. He said, I got to get rid of bees so Connie can stop eating honey buns.
It work out like that sometimes.
Listen, it is always about me and my world, but right now it's all about you, T. So let's hear some things about you, like just even coming here to this platform, getting ready for this. And guys, understand that this is not the first time that you will see T. So I dropped a flyer in to create that conversation, that discussion, to open up these doors, because I think we need to know somebody in real life, because we be reading reviews and clicking like, look at her, she know this, they went there, no, look, that girl, people, it's called fake. Mm-hmm. Everything. So you got to be, like, how does this start? So growing up, mm-hmm. First of all, let's get a little bit of personal information. Sure. So T. Cherie Baby, follow her on all platforms.
Please do.
Where are you from?
Originally was born in St. Louis, Missouri, and then
So was Janine.
well, with divine timing. You said it. You called it.
Yes, I'm sorry, but yeah, okay.
I'm supposed to be here right now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. You was born
But
in
yeah,
St.
St. Louis, Missouri, and then migrated to California while I was like 6. And then Southern California. I had the opportunity to also live on the East Coast for quite some time. And I've migrated here to Las Vegas, and this is my roots right now. And I'm loving it.
Okay, great. Okay, so you've been here. Do you have any children? Married?
Well, I take care of my 2 little ones, my nieces.
Okay.
And so I have children, but I don't have any of my own.
Okay.
And yeah, and I'm dating. You know, I'm in a long-term relationship, so I am dating, not married.
Okay. Yes. You know, it's a difference between a girlfriend, fiance, and a wife. Okay, for real.
It is.
Honey buns are real, Vicky. Don't come for me. You or Terrell. Shout out to Down to Earth Plant Based. Tell me one more thing about something that I'm not supposed to be eating. Please, honey, don't talk about honey buns. Okay.
Shout out Terrell.
Right. Shout out to Terrell. Terrell been waiting on you to come on camera. So yeah, shout out to Down to Earth Plant Based Cuisine in Town Square. 2 phenomenal Black men about Black business
and health.
Yeah, definitely about health. We see Terrell. He had, out here showing his little 6-pack. He doing his thing. So, okay, I'm sorry. Back to the story at hand. So, come from St. Louis, Missouri. How did you end up in Las Vegas?
An ex-best friend kind of was like, it's closer to home, but away from home. We were still real young. So,
how old were you when you came here?
It was like 21, 22.
Oh, yeah.
So barely, making it for adulthood in Las Vegas. But yeah, I'm glad I did. I'm
yes.
glad I did.
Okay, so now what made you even consider I'm going to go into have some enhancements?
It starts off I would definitely say childhood. Your environment and the women that you surround yourself with, their perception of beauty will be embedded in you. And that's just where it was. I was raised by my grandmother, so she was a lot more old school.
Okay.
And, Southern Midwest woman. So, very, very harsh with her words. And just my perception of beauty wasn't her perception of beauty. And as I'm an adult now and I can digest that, it's okay, but it starts there when you're around people who don't give you that innate feeling of beautiful
beauty, yeah.
and just that you are attractive. You start looking at yourself, you start comparing yourself, you start saying, okay, maybe this is why I'm not different. This is why this person is getting these responses. And just appearance is very important. And it was lacking a lot in my household. And I think for various reasons, to protect me, if that makes sense, being a little girl. So if my mom paid too much to my attention, if my mom paid too much attention to my appearance, then I would pay too much attention to my appearance, and it could take it a little further. So I think it was her way of protecting me in her own way of what she knew at that time. But that's where it starts. It starts with childhood.
Let me not tell her so soon her power. Let's not tap her into her strengths and her beauty. And I talk about that too a lot on here because you're right. And it's funny because even E asked me when were you aware of looks? When did it? Because I'm like, oh my God, you need to do this. She's like, you so concerned about looks, but hence I am in the beauty industry. But just I had to think about that. And just like you said, I remember being in the 2nd grade at East Clark on 147th and St. It's so funny how your vivid memories are. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and Rodney Williams was like, your hair is so ugly. And I was like, what? And my mother had braided it in these stupid braids and put sponge rollers in it. And he was like, you look cute, but your hair ugly. And I was like, what? I know you lying. I left school at recess in the 2nd grade and went home and took them braids out my head and pressed my hair. They called to school and told my mother I had been kidnapped. My mother beat the sweat out of me when she.
Yes.
But yeah, early
it's so
on.
different how for me it wasn't like it didn't take. There were like mean kids, but it didn't take them. It was something within me where I just realized I was being responded to differently. Or I was watch my mom stroke my little sister's hair, but she didn't stroke mine. Like it was more like that. Like it was just more of like, why am I being treated differently? Am I not attractive enough? It was my own, being. And as I got, older, and of course, mean kids, they brought certain self-awareness, like changing your hair or the way you smell or wear clothes. But for me, it started early, just more about self-awareness. Yeah. And I felt beautiful, but everything around me, also we weren't, privileged. We didn't have a lot of money and all that. So I didn't have like the latest gear to boost that up. You have some people that can support their materialistic things to help with their outward appearance. I didn't have that. So yeah, it's a really good thing to kind of analyze.
Yeah. And so did you get the surgery immediately when you considered it, or was it a little while? Like you thought about it for like a year or two?
Definitely. So I would say from childhood, where it was kind of like a self-awareness thing that I feel beautiful, but why am I not being responded to in certain
more attention?
Certain maybe more attention, and I wouldn't say like attention. It was just more acknowledgement. Like I felt like people just overlooked me, where I made my personality stand out more because I just felt like I was overlooked all the time. I did struggle with weight, but I was a very, very active girl. My, parents, my mom, did drugs off and on, who God knows which ones. And then my dad, he was very, very built and athletic. So I was kind of stocky, I was kind of very big for my age. And I always was self-aware about, my weight. Because I was just like, why do I look so much older?
Right.
Or whatever. So from there and teenage years and being, also looked as different. I didn't quite grow into my looks. I would say I went through like an awkward stage.
I would never get that.
Yeah.
You're such a pretty girl.
Thank you. And you're beautiful too.
Thank you.
But growing also in the suburbs, having more of biracial was considered beautiful, but I also came from the Midwest where that wasn't the case. So I was able to be like, I know there's other forms of beauty out there where other girls, didn't quite know that unless their family, really instilled that in them.
How many siblings?
So I have 2 brothers on my dad's side, and then I have 2 sisters on my mom's side. So I'm like smack in the middle.
But in the home?
In the home, it was just me and my sisters.
Oh, sisters. So what? 3, 2?
3 of us. Yep.
Older, younger?
Younger. I was the oldest in that household.
Really? And then dealing with a mom with dependency, so you held a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So okay. You came to Vegas. Where did you have the surgery? Did you get it here? Or?
So some years after, I would say I teetered and tottered with every type of diets. It was mostly about weight, body contouring. I wanted to feel like more of myself, of what I saw myself inwardly. I wanted to see that outward. And I was just like, okay, I see myself a little bit smaller. I see, my boobs being a little bit higher. Okay, I know what I did and messed up here, even though I was working out a lot or off and on. And I did have times where I would like plummet into, spurts of depression. So I would gain a lot of weight and then I would lose it. So I have a year where I'm really, really big, and I don't hide anything. You can look at my Facebook and you can see some old pictures and stuff like that.
Did you have an eating disorder?
I wouldn't say so. I would say I was more of a stress eater.
But then you were athletic too, so.
Right. So I carried it well. And, with my parents, also being, attractive, I carried it for the most part well, even when was my heaviest, past 250 pounds. I still was able to hold it in a more attractive manner. It was sloppy, but, not as sloppy as it could have been.
Okay. Well, no, what? No.
Well, there's all different sizes of of large. So
Yeah.
I was large at that time.
I know, because I felt like I was skinny yesterday, and then my friend was like, yo, thick self. And I was like, thick? I'm not thick. And he was like, yes, you are. And I was like, no, I'm not. But yeah, I'm a honey bun.
I'm learning too with just women biology how we just fluctuate. And it's so normal, but that's not taught. Like I would literally sometimes in my early 20s not understanding my body, especially being a young woman that didn't take birth control. I didn't understand like during menstrual periods or prior to
That
where you might gain 10 pounds easy. Like, and there's certain girls that may not gain as much, but I was one of those girls that would gain 10 pounds and I was just like, okay, well, fuck it. I'm going to go eat everything then. That's not what you're supposed to do though. So.
Right. I'm going to fill these gaps. Yeah. Like, no, that's real. And it's so crazy because I get that living here in Las Vegas and being a stylist, you know? Because you didn't even know I did hair, did you?
I've seen your link, but you do so many different things. You're a queen entrepreneur here, guys, that I'm sitting with.
That's what my friend said. He's like, you're a serial dater, serial entrepreneur, serial killer.
Yes, woman of many talents.
I meet so many women, young ladies, and older women who have not had the talks. You know, like my one client, she been coming to me. I've been here 20 years. She been coming to me probably about 15. She met me at a young, tender, maybe 22. And she was like, I didn't even know you were supposed to floss your teeth, Connie, until I met you. And I was like, what? Because it was like something random. And I was like, what? And she was like, I never saw nobody floss their teeth before until we went out to eat. And I was like, then I read it, she was like, because I was a little bit embarrassed because I didn't know that. And I was like, what?
Right.
Because I come from something different, And she was like, I didn't have a mom who, me and my mom was on the track together. And I'm like, what? So you're right. Like this place will have you in rooms with people you on the same level, but you definitely don't know where the starting point was.
Right.
Like, seriously. So that's why it is so important. And I spoke at my friend's funeral today. It's so important to spend time, have conversations, be authentic, have the naked truth, have real conversations about female reproductive sex, everything. We so afraid to talk about what everybody is doing. Now, plastic surgery. Now you don't have to look in people that you don't know. You got a real person to tap into and have a conversation about the before, the after. Where was your mental at? Because I had a friend who had gastric bypass. I think she should have had a mental evaluation, because like I talked about that skit with Corey Holcomb. He says, if you go and get BBL, you got to have some type of mental problem. And I was like, well, I didn't really totally agree with that, but there definitely should be a level of evaluation. Do you agree with that part?
I definitely, how I would delicately say this is that in order to get the best results when you are trying to enhance any portion of your body, you want to make sure that your inner goal and values are matching with what you want to do outwardly. That's
right.
It. When it does not match, that's when things kind of go haywire. When you also have freak accidents or, botched surgeries where, a person wasn't necessarily in the wrong with what they were doing, but who they allowed handle their body may have done something completely different. Those situations will cause other psychological issues later as well. So you could go in fine and then come out totally different
for the rest of your life.
But the thing is just making sure that you do your best to match your mental, your values with whatever outward enhancements that you're trying to do, and make sure they're aligned. Otherwise, you will get lost in the sauce.
Okay, so let's talk about that part. You decided I want to change what? One thing, two things, multiple things, what?
More so, I always felt like my body was either too far ahead or too far behind. So as a kid, like being 6, and I was, a victim of, forms of molestation. So I already knew that I was attractive. And then somehow, like, I just held that back after I figured out something bad happened to me, and then held that back. So I felt like my body then was so far advanced. I was 12 and I looked 14. I was just,
because you're starting to be handled.
Yeah. But also, by the time I did hit 16, 17, I felt like my body kind of stopped at 14, if that makes sense. And it kind of like just stayed stagnant, where I didn't feel that I looked like the woman that I saw within myself. So it was more so I wanted to be a little bit more curvy, a little bit more nipped. I already had hips, I already had a little bit of a booty. It had its own uniqueness. And I just wanted certain things to look a little bit more definitive and just more of a womanly look. I initially just wanted like 360 and breast implants, right?
Okay, wait, explain that to the audience, because everybody doesn't know what a 360 is.
That's true. So lipo 360 is technically lipo from your midsection all the way around your back. And I was looking forward to that. Of course, during the time that I researched, these procedures, my weight also fluctuated. So, and if you're looking at doing any procedures at the times, you got to go with what's popular and what's, your body type would fit. Because if you go with a different doctor that does a different type of body type, you're going to come out looking crazy. So I knew that. But I wanted to improve my breast appearance, and I ended up getting a lot more than what I asked for. Initially that freaked me out, but as life has continued, it's been 3 years now, I'm more and more in love with my body every day.
Okay, so let's go back. So you went in for a breast enhancement
and lipo 360.
Okay, and lipo 360, just to take it out and get rid of it, or transfer it? Or did they transfer that?
I was considering getting it transferred, but that was not my priority. My priority was just my abdomen and my breast.
Okay.
By the time I got there, and a lot of consultations that I had went to said that I could do it, but I was too heavy. But I decided to go out of the country, Dominican Republic, and I knew that they would take my body type and my weight. But with that, I also knew there was going to be other risk. I'm going out of the country.
Did you take someone with you?
Extreme. Me and my best friend, we ended up meeting each other out there.
Okay, good.
And it just,
I see
signed
that flashback.
up.
Like, it was flashback for me.
I signed up for, what the doctor thought was best, right? Because they will tell you, once you get on the table, what you have, they got to work with what they have. So if he didn't see fit that, which he had told me already, I don't think you're going to have the 360. I think I might need to do a tummy tuck, or I might need to cut you open, basically, right? I was totally against it. I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. I'm fine. My skin's fine. I'm going to bounce back. I'm good. I'm young. I'm healthy, And so he was like, well, I'm just going to have you sign the consents anyway. Okay, no problem. But we're clear on what I want. And worst case scenario, this could happen. Okay, cool. Well, worst case scenario happened. So I did end up getting, a tummy tuck, and I didn't get regular lipo. I got Vaser. Apparently it was a newer treatment, and I got arm lipo, chin lipo. I got thigh lipo, and I also got enhancement to my buttocks. So, and no breast implants though.
Girl, you about to make me take my hat off. I don't think I even got a hat on. My hair is crooked. Oh my God. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Girl. Okay. No, we got to go back. So.
It's a lot.
Because 360 lipo had nothing to do with your face, correct? Why is he in your face? Like, what were they doing? Why did they do that? Like.
So initially, yes, I freaked out. I didn't know what I was like.
Because of course you're waking up with bandages everywhere. Okay, wait, pause. How did you even find these people? Were you the first person? Did you know somebody?
No. They was definitely experience. And where I went to, I actually had a wonderful experience up until surgery time and reality hits. And I thought I was one of the most prepared persons for, a situation like this. And you're still not as prepared as you think that you should be. Always you're not as prepared as you should be, but it happens that way. But, in my experience, the doctor, I'm glad I did choose the doctor that I chose because he did specialize in my body type. And he saw something more in me that I did not see in myself and took initiative to, proceed with that. Later in life, I appreciated it. At first, I did not.
Oh, really? So how long has it been?
3 years.
So you cool now?
Mm-hmm. And I like what he's done. I see it now.
Did he give you a time span of like when this was going to work for you?
No, you just get like healing date, hey, 2 years, at least don't have a baby for at least 2 years.
Thank you.
And you're just standard precautions, but you're going to a different country and the details are out of the window. Like, yeah.
Did you go to one of the aftercare homes there?
Absolutely. Shout out to Rebirth Recovery Home. They took good care of me. Thanks, Jose. And Dr. Almanzar was my doctor, Santo Domingo. And not to bash him at all, but I have to be 100% transparent with girls that are considering doing this, that you can be hit by surprise and your expectations may not be someone else's expectations. And your vision of what you think your plastic surgery may or should not look like may not come out that way. And you have to be prepared and okay with either or. I will say, because I had initially my surgery wasn't going to happen. I thought it wasn't going to happen, and I was just devastated because I had planned for it and something ended up happening closer to that time, and I had to reschedule the surgery. So, but once it was canceled that first time, I'm just like, I don't care. I'm going to do this or die trying. I was really at that point. It was really...
Was it a relationship? Like, was it a job? Was it a lifestyle?
No, it was just, I was tired of seeing myself, my outward appearance, not the way that I was seeing myself inward.
Right.
I was so, and I can kind of, see how we have, our transgender community, shout out to them, where they're just like, I'm not supposed to be in this body. I'm supposed to be in another body. It was kind of that for me, where it was just like, I don't understand why I'm not looking like the girl that I know I can be in. No, she's in there. She's in there somewhere. So I would say too that I'm a late bloomer, but after my surgery, yes, I feel a lot more myself.
Were you a dancer? Did you dance at all? No. See, and that's what people need to know. Like, oh, they think that everybody who has surgery is in the entertainment industry.
No. I got a little bit more than what I wanted. I didn't want to look as curvy. He added to my curves. So imagine a girl who already had curves getting more curves on top of that. So that's where, I have that extravagant look. I really wanted a more slimming, feminine look, but I didn't receive that. So my body definitely kind of gives dancer when you see it. But if you also look at it, it looks very, very, I always say I'm a hybrid because it still looks a little abnormal, but at the same time, it looks like me. So like, people can't quite tell. Yeah, they can't quite tell.
Sometimes you see too much ass and not enough thighs.
And you can kind of tell.
Like, girl, what is happening? Like a drumstick.
So he did good on that part.
Yeah. No, you're like very well proportioned. And if you didn't tell anyone, I would probably say, looking at you, that you only had a tummy tuck.
My waist is so small.
Yeah, because your waist is so small. It just looked like you already had the butt, and you was like, ooh, let me pull it in a little bit. But,
It worked out.
It worked out, period, point blank. So as far as career choice, how do you move around? Like, do you feel as if when you, like, what's your career? What do you do?
Well, as you guys know, I am a singer-songwriter, bartender, startender. I also work with other plastic surgery women and men and body sculpting. And I'm a voiceover specialist. So I work with New Level Music. Shout out to them. With my voiceovers for cheerleaders, colleges, high schools, nation and global wide. I do quite a few things. But those are like my main. Those are my main things there, right. And of course, appearance plays a big part in that.
Of course.
So.
Yeah, it's the bag. Okay, the buns get the bag.
Yes.
All right, so that's a beautiful ending story. You know, it just didn't go all bad because you hear these horror stories all the time. You know,
it is horror though.
Yeah,
like I would say, it took me a long time to get here.
Are you done?
Oh God, I don't want to say I am or I'm not. My body is still changing. It's really crazy. So
do you not want to say?
Okay. I know I'm over 30, y'all.
Okay.
I'm over 30. But
okay.
But my body is still changing. That's something that I wish motherly that was taught to me of how often, like I said, not just even on your menstrual, but womanhood. I'm starting to feel that like, oh, my womanliness is coming in now, where sometimes it happens for girls earlier. But yeah, my body is still changing, so I don't know if I'm done or not, to answer your question.
Okay, I mean, and you know what? That's real because I never have had an issue with weight. I've always had a nice frame. This is the biggest I've ever been. And I'm constantly talking about how big I am, but really it's just kind of like the fibroids. It's like I'm skinny, but the fibroids is really big. And I just keep feeding them sugar and caffeine. But I noticed, even my mother said today, like, is your boobs getting big? And I'm like, oh my God, the women in our family, my aunt was built like a pencil. And the last time I seen her, she had these ginormous boobs. And I was like, yo, like, what happened? She was like, all my life I wanted breasts, but now I'm old. I don't know what to do with these things. Right. She was like, I don't even want them. And I was like, yo, I don't want that, you know? And I remember just being in my industry in entertainment. I've always kind of like, I'm cool with my body, but I was an early mom and I nursed. So the boobs was a thing. Like they were big and then they weren't. So I was like, I'm gonna get my boobs done. And I went to a really good doctor here and I would refer him out, you know, but I just want to say, I think you have to find that person for yourself. You know, like, absolutely. But when I went to him, when I took off my clothes, he was like, whoa, you got a nice body. You should do this. You should do that. And I was like, well, no, I don't want to do all that. I just really, you know, I'm a mom. I just want my boobs to be up, not down. And he was like, okay, well, yeah, that's nothing. He was like, but look how your hips and butt is proportioned. If you just take a little bit here and drew, I was like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna think about it. I said, I never went back to any other doctor. I was like, I don't want to shoot porn, dude. Like, I'm a whole mom. So I think out here sometimes some of these doctors think that you work in a casino, you want to be a dancer. I'm not in no show, okay? I want to go home. I want to be able to be comfortable walking down the church aisle with a pencil skirt on, not, you know, like doing the most. So you are right. These doctors, they will take it, you know.
You got to think it's beneficial to them, you know, if they're able to sell you on other body parts. Another thing is they're always looking, well, I don't want to say they're always, and I want to say in the last 10 years or so, having that content, having another model that can take you to the next level so that you can up your plastic surgery prices because, you know, her body is shaped. They were looking for that. And I went in the Instagram era where we're looking for the next best model that where it's gonna have all the girls rushing here. You know, so I feel like also when they have a really good candidate, like for me, I think I swear, like I saw it in my doctor's eyes where he was just like, I know exactly what I'm going to do with you. Like I just, and I was like, oh, okay, well, okay, if you think that's a good idea, but I really just want to concentrate on my stomach. I swear, I want to concentrate on my stomach. Oh, okay. And you get coerced and you get wrapped up in, that's okay as long as you have an open expectation. I had a fixed expectation, which is where my disappointment came in initially. So, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm like, I just like, get a hula hoop, Connie. Okay.
Do what makes you happy.
Like, oh God.
Do what makes you happy.
But speaking on that, because now, like, I have a birthday coming up. Yay to the Capricorns. Me and Jesus.
Pre-birthday.
And Tasha the Love Doctor. It's our birthday.
Yes.
I seen somebody post, Dr. Pancholi in Las Vegas was the most amazing plastic surgeon. Oh, Nina. Yeah. And that's my girl. And she does have a really cute little shape. But I'm just not here for the pain. But that is a doctor, guys, if you are interested. That was a few years ago. Just sometimes, just because a doctor did a good surgery 10 years ago, anything could happen. You have to make sure these doctors are up to par.
There's so much
eyes,
involved.
Hands. Yeah.
There's so much involved.
You really have to. But yeah, just seeing how your body transforms, because I'm like 180 pounds almost. And it's so crazy because nobody can ever look at me and tell. But it's like the weight is shifting because it's in my, I think it's because my knee is swole.
You're so funny. You ain't got 180 pounds worth of swollen knee now.
I got Oprah knees. That's what my ex was saying to me. Like, your knees big like Oprah.
I'm dead.
No, seriously. Because it's just hips. Like, I feel like I'm about to be that old lady at the church with them Payless flats on because my knee and foot is messed up with a big old butt with the slip hanging. I'm like, my God, I'm about to be that lady.
No, you're not.
With candy in my purse and a squish cup and a squish Twinkie. Everybody know her. What's her name with your congregation?
What's her name with your congregation?
No, seriously. But yeah, okay. So now you say you speak about being an advocate. You are into music.
Yes.
How can we find your music?
Everything. You can find me on everything at TEECHERI.
We need to drop a little something. Can we know? Okay. We're going to have a next show. We're going to be ready.
We are. Because we got a lot more to talk about. Sure.
We do. So, okay. Speaking about that surgery now, are you feeling as if going to the DR was kind of like the wrong move? Having the surgery was
wrong move.
I love that.
None of it was the wrong move.
Yeah. It's like, why do you can't sit in no level of regret on anything. So, from her phone. You want to play some music from your phone real quick?
I could.
Yeah.
But just to elaborate on what you were just saying, I don't think any of it was the wrong move. If there were things I wish I was more prepared for, was having a little bit more open expectation or having more stronger boundaries, either or, not just leaving it open for someone else's interpretation of what I should look like. And I also wish I would have done a little bit more inner work before moving forward, because I think like I have great results now, but if I had did the inner work as well as some of the outer work and took my time on the outer work, I would have probably had even better results. So I would say for almost a year, I really worked out my body, but I was only focused on losing the weight. I was focused on losing the weight, and I was focusing on just being healthy. I wasn't focusing on
shaping and transforming.
Exactly. And appreciating my body and just loving my body how it was first before my transition, and just being more in line with it and taking my time. It was more of like a rush, like, let me just be healthy and let me just drop this weight real quick. It was more like that versus just really taking my time and really easing into the journey. So I wish I would have done those things.
Okay, so now I'm thinking, what is the naked truth about the beginning versus the end? Now you have the surgery. Now you feel as if this is where I needed to be. And now you go back and deal with these people who really put this trauma on you. How was that? And how is that, after surgery? Like, look at me now,
It's so crazy. People really can't tell a huge difference until I not wear a whole lot of clothes. It's really crazy. But
How
if
did your
anything,
mom take it?
My mom passed.
Oh,
so she didn't get a chance to see me in this form. She actually got to see me more when I was my biggest.
Okay.
Which I hate that, but it is what it is. But people do respond to you differently, and you respond differently to people. I'm definitely treated differently. Like, I would say, if I, on a scale from 1 to 10, I was being treated like a 4. Now I'm being treated like a 9. You know, so it's a status jump.
I'm gonna go back. That was really deep. How you just said you hated that your mom saw you at your heavy. Like
at that time,
that's still
I would have wanted
trauma. Yeah,
I would have wanted her to see me, you know, at my better version now. Like I just wasn't, you know, my strongest.
Because was she verbally? Was she the one who did more of the verbal damage? And it's like, look at me now, or
that's a great perspective for me to kind of dwell on.
And that's what we can lead into on the second show, because our time is kind of running over here. But yeah, I definitely want you to think about that.
Sure,
because that was like,
it's definitely a trigger.
Look at me now.
It's definitely a trigger.
And I think all moms and daughters had that dynamic, you know, because our mothers sometimes put us in handcuffs. Mm-hmm. You know, that's like even me moving here. I'm like, you're never going to be able to do it. You're never going to be able to do it. 20 years later, I'm still here. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, look at me now. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like Hot 702.5 FM, baby.
Shout out.
Look at me now. Woo, look at me now. Hey, yes. I'm getting on nerves. Shout out to E. Carice, man. She is just in love with Capricorns, because it is so many of us in here.
Okay.
So let me tell you something. If you know a Capricorn, that is the closest you are going to get to your Heavenly Father.
Okay.
You love on that person.
Let her talk. Let her cook.
Yes, let her cook. And let me tell you something. Speaking of cook, y'all know I'm that good Yoni Sting facilitator out here.
Yes.
There is no reason for your pH balance to be off, or for that BBL to have an odor. You hear? We're gonna talk about that too.
Clock it.
Okay.
Clock it, y'all.
Come and get your Yoni Sting at Inspire Yoni LLC by me or Yashan. Yes. Okay. So before we wrap up the show, one more time, we want to let everybody know where they can find you. If you have any events, shows, like we gonna show up for you. Hey Tony, go ahead, Miss Connie. Yeah, Tony in the club. She said I do agree doing the inner work prior. I can see it. It went by too fast. Yeah, got great commentary on here. But where can we find you? Where can we showcase you?
Like I already told you guys, you can follow me on my everything, TEECHERIBABIE. And, you know, I'm also offering mentorships and coaching through any girls that want more plastic surgery tips and processes to make their transition as smooth and effortless as possible. And if you want to, you know, surgery sister or an advocate or someone to just kind of walk your hand and keep you confident in what you have going on, I do offer those services. I also offer consultations to kind of give you a body evaluation. So if you have some doctors in mind and you're like, girl, should I go to him? What you think? I got you. And I also offer voiceover services, jingles, tags for all you DJs and radio hosts like Miss Connie here.
Give us a quick freestyle right quick.
Okay.
Give us a freestyle.
I'll do something nice for Miss Connie, like, okay. 702.5 Hot. Make sure y'all tune in to Miss Connie right now on Intims.C.
To stay turned on.
I like it. Okay, give her a deal.
Okay.
Stop playing with her.
Right yes, now. And you already know who I am and where you can find me every Wednesday at 5 p.m. in this hot 702.5 FM studio. I am your girl, Miss Connie, MISSCONNIELV. And guess what? If you do the MS, I took that too, baby. I'm all over the place. I'm trying to be on every channel. Don't forget about me. Okay, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And guess what? Stay sucker free in a world full of lollipops.
Clock the T.
Levels of intimacy. What's your naked truth? Stay tuned in to stay turned on. See you at 5.